Kylie's diagnosis includes autism and behavioral related needs secondary to her autism. She has decreased ability to communicate. She's nonverbal, and she initially had been ambulatory. Over the years, she had developed more orthopedic alignment issues in her lower extremities. There is a question of whether or not she has a neuromuscular disorder. And so her feet and lower legs became more and more malaligned, for lack of a better term, so that it was very painful for her to ambulate. And she got to the point where she was doing very, very minimal ambulation. The orthopedic surgeon at Gillette felt that if the legs weren't, quote, fixed, then Kylee would eventually be non-ambulatory.
Kylee has had problems with her feet for years. We noticed that she had high arches, and we were concerned about it, and we started taking her to doctors years ago, and they just said she's has high arches, she'll need surgery when she gets older. But what had happened was she got to the point where she didn't want to walk anymore. She had extremely cavous feet. Her doctor, Weber at Gillette, had said she had the most cavous feet she had ever seen. She was walking on the far outside of her feet to the extent that 2 of her toes didn't even touch the floor anymore, her big toe and the one next to it. It was causing her to walk less and less and gain a tremendous amount of weight very quickly. So what happened was she ended up starting to walk on her knees. So I started taking her to doctors again and saying, okay, she doesn't want to walk, this is a problem, she's gaining weight. So they sent us to Gillette, and they said that there was probably a neurological disorder that had to do with her feet, that she had more than just high arches. She needed to have a total foot reconstruction done on both feet. She couldn't bear weight after the surgery, so caring for a child of her size would have been very difficult at home, and basically no one wanted to do it because there's just no way that I could have done it by myself. Mm-hmm. So it was basically either find somewhere that would take her for post-care and for rehabilitation, or Kylee would have basically been condemned to a wheelchair, because Dr. Weber said she would have gotten to the point where she couldn't have walked anymore because her feet would have progressively got worse. So they said that there was nowhere in the state of Minnesota that would take her, that they just weren't set up to take kids like Kylee. And they mentioned children's care, and we started the process going. I came in April for a tour. I liked what I saw, and we came after her surgery in May.
And so following the surgery, where those issues were corrected, our main goal was to get her back up and ambulating, back up and able to be independent in her home and in her school and in her community settings. So part of the challenges with that were it's painful and difficult at first to get up after surgeries, and with Kylie's autism and behavioral challenges, it was harder because the communication piece with Kylee isn't as simple as it might be with some rehab kids. We, luckily at Children's Care, have very good behavior management programs and staff who know how to help with managing behaviors and helping to direct things. So we work together with the rehab team as well as the care staff who do more typical behavior management to set up a program for Kylee to help to kind of remobilize her and get her on her feet. And I think that was very successful. Kylee did extremely well in rehab, actually much better than I think any of us thought she would. And she just made remarkable progress, and I think was home much quicker than certainly family would have thought she would have.
Here at Children's Care, I've just really learned from Kylee and even the other kids that they find a way how. It's not, we can't, it's like, how can we make this work? Those girls just picked up everything right away. They weren't afraid of, you know, oh, mom says to do this, let's do it her way. You know, they were totally open to taking suggestions on how to best serve Kylee. That was everyone's main focus, was how do we best serve Kylee. So I've even mentioned it to several people here. Please, if you open another facility, think, you know, South Central Minnesota, because I would even love to send my daughter to school here. If I didn't live 3 hours away, I'd insist on it. The people here are great.